Welcome back to my channel. This is the boy in blue, back with another video. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit about this first look at the Wonder Woman movie coming up in 2017. The image I'm talking about is with Diana and three of her fellow Amazons on the shores of Themyscira. It's actually a really great image. It's very well done. The Amazons all look great. Gal Gadot looks pretty good as Wonder Woman, although I kind of wish she were a little bit thicker. I kind of wish she were a little bit more, for the role, because Wonder Woman, while she is sexy, and Gal Gadot's definitely got that, Wonder Woman is also more of a warrior, but it's fine. Um, but less about Gal Gadot and like how skinny Wonder Woman is, but one thing that is really jarring about this picture is the absence of a very important integral character in Wonder Woman's history and in her origin, and that is Philippus. Now, for those who don't know, Philippus is one of the original Amazons who were created by the gods, the Greek gods of the DC comics. Um, they basically created the Amazons from they were actually all created from clay. It wasn't just Diana. They were all created from clay, but they rose out from like the ocean, and they were created from the souls of women who had suffered and either been murdered or just suffered basically, um, and obviously had died because their souls had to be taken to be remade. Anyway, so they have the souls of these women who had suffered, and they were remade into these forms that were formed from clay, and they rose up out of the ocean and reached the shores, and then they formed into flesh and blood and became the Amazons. And the first of them to reach the shore was Hippolyta, which is why she was queen. And then the second one was her sister Antiope. And uh, I don't really remember who else. I mean, I know it was a huge amount of them, of course, because there's like an army's worth of Amazons. But one of them was Philippus, one of the black Amazons. And so Hippolyta was queen, and Antiope was pretty much Hippolyta's second in command. She was her advisor, and she kind of like helped her run everything and helped keep things smoothly. Eventually, there was an issue between Antiope and Hippolyta, in which Hippolyta wanted to stay with the Amazons on Themyscira to keep worshiping the gods and to maintain that going on and everything like that, because there was a situation in which Hippolyta was basically um she was dehumanized and taken advantage of by a man, Hercules, actually. Hercules, the son of Zeus, demigod son of Zeus. He seduced her, he stole her golden, I think it was her golden girdle or something like that, and he like took away her power and like I don't know if he like raped her as well, but he was horrible to her. Like he was absolutely horrible to her. And I don't remember if this was the exact event that Antiope was kind of like, this can't stand. He needs to kind of be punished for this. This isn't okay. We're not going to stand for it. And Hippolyta, I don't remember if she was just like, no, we kind of like got to be okay or whatever. But for whatever reason, Hippolyta and some of the Amazons wanted to like stay, loyal to the gods and stay on Themyscira and maintain their livelihood, their lifestyle. But Antiope was like, nah, fuck the gods. We're renouncing them and we're getting the fuck out of here, and we're gonna start our own shit and get up out of here. And they ended up doing that. They left. Antiope and about half of the Amazons left and went to, I believe, the Middle East, and they formed a new group of Amazons called I think it's called Bana Medal. Um, I'm probably mispronouncing that, but you can't hear these things, so anyway. And it's that group of Amazons that Artemis comes from, the long red-haired Amazon, who in the ponytail, who became the second Wonder Woman, and is became one of Diana's closest friends. Kind of frenemies, but close. She's kind of like a more ruthless, more badass version of an Amazon, you know, probably like due to being a part of this group and everything like that. And she eventually finds herself to the mascara, and yeah, we all know Artemis and love her. Anyway, but Philippus was very integral in this storyline, because after Antiope left, um, there was another woman who was the general of the Amazons. Basically, she was Hippolyta's general. She died in battle, and then that was when Philippus pretty much elevated to that role. And then she took the role very seriously. She was very effective in her duties, and then she was general, but then she also became Hippolyta's most trusted advisor and closest friend and confidant, and they were like best friends. Some could argue, we never saw this, and it was never quite confirmed, whether or not Philippus and Hippolyta might have been a romantic couple, and if their relationship got physical, but their relationship was basically um, um, affectionate, like very, very affectionate, because Philippus was the closest thing Diana had to a second mother. She was the one who trained Diana and taught her most of her skills, her fighting skills, and all the skills she needed to become the warrior that she is. Philippus, I'm pretty sure there were other Amazons who also helped, but it was mostly Philippus. Philippus also would become Queen Regent of Themyscira when Hippolyta left Themyscira to kind of um, be Wonder Woman during World War II. This was explored in a story arc in Wonder Woman's comics in the pre-52. And during that time, Philippus ran things, and then when Hippolyta had died, Philippus was the queen. She was the one who ran everything, because Diana was not about to give up, living in man's world and being Wonder Woman, being, the hero that we know, and working with the Justice League and everything like that, and having her life there. Although she does often go back to the mascara, she didn't cut them off or anything like that. But yeah, she became the queen because she was the next best person to do so. She was the most experienced. She had the battle strategies and was a general and is very fiercely loyal to her Amazons. It was loyal for the cause. It is a second mother to Diana, so they already have that closeness. Um, and so when this image came out, and I saw that it was these four women and everything like that, and I was very much for it. Like I said, it's a beautiful image, very well done. The shores of Themyscira look amazing, but it's just like it was just such a glaring absence of a character who could have very easily been there, who probably should have been there. It definitely would have helped, with diversity. It would have helped with keeping that, with diversity and having that in there, and so that you wouldn't have critics looking at it and being like, oh, this picture is gorgeous, but it's vanilla AF, because there's no color in this. Other than, Gal Gadot, who is Israeli, but the character of Wonder Woman, aka Diana, is not Israeli. She is pretty much white, especially because Connie Nielsen is playing Hippolyta, and that's her mother. She's white. I mean, there are lots of instances where a character, where an actor or actress is ethnic, but the character is not, such as Tyler from Vampire Diaries. The actor is actually is Latino, but the character is not Latino. Also, probably the most glaring example that I can think of that's also DC was Lana Lang from Smallville, who was obviously half Chinese, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh my god, gorgeous. But her race is never addressed on the show. She's basically treated as white the whole time. But I'll talk about that another time because this is about Wonder Woman. Um, so, and it's not even like by having them have a black Amazon in this picture and in this movie and in this cast that it would have been like, oh, they had to create, they had to like force a black Amazon in there where they didn't belong just to like appease the nice, pretty black people, like the nice, poor black people and keep them from rioting. It's like, no, like, Philippus has been there since '85, since the post-crisis began. She's been there. She's been a part of this story, and she's a very integral part of Wonder Woman's story and of Themyscira's history and of Themyscira's storyline in the comics. So for her to be just tossed away, ignored like that, is just, it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind. I just don't understand. That being said, I'm probably still going to see the movie because I still support female action heroes and female comic book movies and properties. I always will because female characters are awesome. Females are awesome. Who doesn't love women? But I just think that it's a really big missed opportunity. And, it's not too late. They still could cast somebody and they could do another Image, with including Philippus, but I don't know. As far as I can tell, I don't know if she'll actually be there. Worst case scenario, actually, what would be worst case scenario for me? I'd rather her just not be there at all so that we can feel her absence and know that it's there, than like have her be in there, have her kind of named, be like a cameo, and then get like killed off. That would be a slap in the face. That would be a really big slap in the face. And she's just like one of the grunts, one of the foot soldiers of Themyscira who gets like her head cut off and then we never know anything. Or it's just a random black Amazon who we don't know if it's Philippus or Nubia, and she dies and we don't even know where her name is. Like, it could be all sorts of things. You know? And so I've had people say, like, I've talked about this with friends and on Facebook and, in social media, and I've heard people say, like, when I said, like, where's Philippus, where's Nubia, where's, like, anyone of color in this Image? And people are just like, oh, the movie isn't out yet, wait and see, wait and see. And I'm like, wait and see? This is one of the most important images, the first taste, the first impression. First impressions are everything in movies, in shows, and everything. And this is already, like, set the stage. And yeah, I could maybe Philippus will show up. Maybe she'll be quite important. But at the same time, it's never going to change the fact that they didn't think she was important enough to be in this first Image and to be named as one of the women who raised Diana, because that's what she was in the comics. She was one of the people who raised Diana, and she was the one who trained her. She was the one who trained her. She was the one who helped mold her into the warrior that she is. So again, it was a very big missed opportunity, just like not casting a black actress to play Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four movie, which was bad anyway. I actually didn't see it. I probably will someday because I kind of have to, because I'm a comic nerd. But I will see this movie. I hope it does well. I hope that Philippus appears and she's great. We'll see.